She's saying that the only way she can fail this diet plan is if her BED kicks in. The BED that she never actually had. She actually tries to convince her viewers that it will cut off her cravings, which will eliminate binging. Good morning, beautiful people. It's Mama Goob. Today, I want to take you back again to another Amberlynn Reid iconic weight loss journey. This time, we have to go all the way back to the end of January and the beginning of February 2019, when she first decided that she wanted to embark on an all-new weight loss journey. But this time, it would be for real. Amberlynn Reid got at least 3 videos out of this less than 72-hour weight loss journey. Of course, the diet that I speak of is none other than Optavia or Octopus, or who knows how she pronounces it. But it is spelled as Optavia with 2 A's. And there is nothing better in this world than seeing Amberlynn fully ensconced in phase 1 and kicking the tires on a new weight loss program. So I thought it'd be fun to take a trip down memory lane and have another look at this together. Let's see if we could spot any familiar patterns. In addition to the same old, ALR makes a stunning admission that I'm sure everyone missed the first time. For those of you who weren't around back then or have forgotten, Optavia is a mostly prepackaged food diet plan that you only eat 5 of their foods, which are like protein shakes, soups, protein bars. Then you make 1 meal at home that you cook yourself, which they call the lean and green meal. They call this the 5-in-1 program. This diet is also a multi-level marketing type plan where the sellers, referred to as health coaches, make money off of the people purchasing the diet food. Plus, they also make money for recruiting other health coaches, and they get a bonus out of every amount of food they sell. Then they hope that those health coaches recruit even more health coaches, so they would also get a bonus off of what they sell. This is where I try to stay as far away from as possible to MLM products as much as possible, as they have to be significantly more expensive than their competitive products not sold under an MLM due to all these bonuses they have to pay out. I'm sure most of you have seen these videos before or another reaction to it. I did want to analyze this with you today because I've actually been on this diet program and I lost around 100 pounds and mostly gained it back with interest. I was on Medifast, which is the parent company to Optavia. The products and the plan was exactly the same back when I was on it. The only difference is you didn't get a direct line to an MLM salesperson. Health coach. Although looking at their website now, they seem to have dropped the word health and they just call them coaches. They probably got sued. I went on this diet in late 2005, which was after my younger goob was born and right before I went back to college again. I was on the diet for about a year and got to the low 200s, which was the smallest I had been in my adult life before weight loss surgery. For me, the cost of the plan was economical, as it ran me about $240 a month, plus chicken breasts for each day, which I cooked within an inch of its life on the George Foreman grill, and greens. It was also very convenient for me at the time, as I didn't have to worry about cooking as my husband took over that chore. And the meals were very easy to stick in my bag and eat between classes. In researching for this video, I see now that the meals, or fuelings, as they are called, feelings if you're Amberlynn Reid though, although I paid about $12 a box in 2005 and 2006, they are now up to about $24 a box. which comes to a total of about $480 a month. Cheaper than takeout, but still more expensive than buying groceries at any store besides Whole Foods. One more piece of background on these videos. This kicked off Amberlynn Reid's bed-bound, bed-bath period of her life. This is the year where she supposedly had her highest weight, which was 574.4 pounds. And in this video, she's not that far from it. Imagine where Amberlynn Reid would be right now had she just stick to this diet. So let's get on with it and take a look at the first clip.
But the thing is, I've done it all. I've tried everything except for weight loss surgery and except for the program that I'm going to be starting within the next week, and I'm freaking out. I'm so excited, you guys. I haven't been this pumped and this amped, this excited and anxious in a very long time. So, you guys ready for it? There is a program called Optavia that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and then I'm just gonna explain it a little bit, just a little bit, because I will be making more videos about this and having you guys follow my journey. I am so excited. I have no words. I'm also very nervous. I'm not gonna say the name of my health coach, but she has lost over 200 pounds by doing this program. Optavia is a program where they send you fuelings, is what they call them. They're like fuels to fuel your body. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to this. I'm gonna be doing the 5-in-1 plan. So what that means is I'm gonna be eating 6 times a day. It's gonna be all very, very, very small portions. 5-in-1 means I'm gonna eat 5 of their fuels a day, and the other meal is called the lean and green, which means I eat 7 ounces of a lean meat, and then I have, I think it was 3 servings of a green, like a vegetable. I'm probably gonna choose like broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, and things like that. Things that aren't starchy, because y'all, so many people wanted me to do this. It is very, very like, it's gonna be like a very low carb situation. It's definitely gonna be less carbs than what I'm used to. I can tell you that one.
In this clip, we see a larger and more unhealthy looking Amberlynn, as this was also when cancer was brewing in her system. But we see Amberlynn getting high on that new diet smell. She tells us how many people have lost a lot of weight on this program, including her health coach, who lost 200 pounds on this program. In the next clip, we will see Amberlynn Reid anticipate how she will feel on this new diet and how much easier it will make her life.
So this is just, it's really gonna help with portion control. I'm not gonna have to think so hard, because that's why I fail. I think way too hard when it comes to losing weight and dieting, lifestyle changes. So I'm gonna be doing the 5-in-1 plan until I get close to goal. I know that sounds insane. I can't even imagine me ever being anywhere near goal. So I just can't even imagine that even happening. But once you get close to goal, you go off of the 5-in-1 and you go on the 4-in-2, which is 4 other fuels a day, but 2 lean and greens a day. They also tell you how many condiments a day you can use, how many healthy fats a day you should eat on your own, and stuff like that. It's just, it's all just there. It's telling you what to eat. It's all super, super simple foods.
She's admitting she overthinks her diet plan and can't even see herself at her goal weight at this point. And this is some hardcore foreshadowing, folks. She's also literally said she can't think of a single reason why she'd fail at this, because this is the most simple diet ever. Which brings us to the next clip.
And this is the very thing that I've been looking for, because I can't think of a single reason why I would fail on this besides my binging getting the best of me. But the thing is, so many people who have done this say that their cravings go away. For me, that's a big thing. When I start craving something, that's when the binging happens. That's when the craziness happens. That's when the food addiction happens.
When I start craving something, that's when the binging happens.
She's saying that the only way she can fail this diet plan is if her BED kicks in. the BED that she never actually had. She actually tries to convince her viewers that it will cut off her cravings, which will eliminate binging. Now looking back at this with the clear lens of hindsight, this was a stunning admission that ALR had, that she had no idea what an actual binge is. The phrase, "when I start craving something, that's when the binging happens." Food addiction and overeating are not the same thing as binging. Cravings may cause overeating, but it generally doesn't cause binging, as binging is mostly done as a result of a mental or emotional issue like anxiety, depression, and it usually doesn't matter what the food tastes like. It's just about getting down a huge volume of food. Having 2 desserts after dinner because it was yummy is not a binge. A binge is more like sneaking a whole bag of candy up into your room and eating it in secret and all in one sitting, and then hiding the bag in the trash so no one will see it as you're ashamed. ALR does not have binging eating disorder.
But there are people who are recovering from binge eating disorder. This isn't a impossible disorder to not beat. I'm not gonna be this Amberlynn forever. I can't be. It's not gonna happen.
Well, isn't this a rich philosophy on bed that she has here? So smug. Also, spoiler alert, she actually will be the same Amberlynn Reid. Well, at least for the next 4 years. And although past performance is not an indication of future results, Amberlynn has been failing at diets and leaning back into her bad habits for a very long time.
So I already have my order. It has been placed. It is a little pricey, but I feel like it's worth it because you're not buying as much food. You're not like going out to eat every meal. You're not, you know, going to the grocery store for every single meal in the day. I probably spend more on going out to eat and junk and binges than this package probably costed me for the month. So each month another box is gonna come my way, and I'm just like so excited for this.
That this package costed me for the month. Ms. Books is good for the brain, just proving again how much of an intellectual she is because she reads every day. But obviously she's not absorbing anything. But what really makes her excited is getting to pick out all her food out for the first time. She just loves that feeling of getting to buy stuff.
Obviously, I don't have all the knowledge yet. I don't have any of the tools yet, but these are just things that I have learned from hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of research. And I'm not even exaggerating, because before I ever want to spend this kind of money or make this kind of decision, I want to just know all the research, honey. I want to know everything. I need to know what is going on. And everything I've heard has been absolutely incredible. The only downside I have heard, which has only been from one person, has obviously been the price. But they said that they don't think it's a lifestyle change. So in that situation, they were just explaining like this isn't something you would do for the rest of your life, which I 100% agree. But I don't think they kind of understood the situation, because with Optavia, Optavia, I pronounce it kind of wrong. So this is just, you know, that's okay. I pronounce everything wrong. But with this program, it teaches you how to transition off of the program correctly after you've reached your goal. And I don't think this person did that, because they should have known you don't eat like this for the rest of your life. This plan is here to help you learn about health, portions, helps you lose weight very, very rapidly. And once you're closer to goal, like I said, there are other plans. It goes 5 and 1, 4 and 2, 3 and 3. And slowly you're transitioned into eating more fruit. Obviously, like I said, it's lower carb, so you can't have fruit quite yet. But I'm learning more every day. My health coach is talking to me more every day and teaching me more, and she's been there and consistent and amazing.
Here's where she tries to convince us that she's done hours and hours of research, but never thought to look into how many calories that she will be eating in a day. I wonder how many times she texted her health coach at this point.
I feel very, very hopeful, because even though it's gonna be very small amounts of food, this is what I need. I'm not trying to lose 10 pounds. I'm not trying to lose 20 pounds. I'm trying to lose about 380, I don't know, math. Let me do math real quick. 390, because my goal is to one day be 170 pounds. I can't imagine that ever happening, but even if I was like in the low 200s, that would be absolutely incredible.
Notice how she acknowledges that she's going to be on a small amount of food, but contends that she needs this plan as she needs to lose about 390 pounds. Also, 170 pounds is still obese for her, as she will still have a BMI of 31.
I know there are gonna be so many people in the comments with very strong opinions asking, why can't you just eat healthier? Why do you have to do this program? It's because my mind literally won't let me. This program is for people who have tried so many different things and they just can't figure it out. I know how and what to eat, but it's like, it's so much, because I just feel like my brain won't let me. 100% fact, I literally am stopped from eating healthy and counting calories all the time by my brain, and it's a real thing.
It's always the fault of someone or something else, isn't it? Although I can't say that I remember her blaming her own brain for a diet failure before or even after this, so that's new. Now we're going to fast forward 2 weeks into the future when ALR uploads days 1 and 2, and now she decided to quit sometime during the afternoon of day 3. I'm going to spare you all from having to sit through the unboxing and her trying her feelings for the first time. So even though she uploaded this on February 13, 2019, this was actually filmed on February 1 and 2.
I do want to say that my starting weight for this, well, my overall starting weight ever is 560. That was a month ago, but my starting weight on this as of today is 553.4, so I am down like 6.6 this month. Becky and I are going out to her sister's today, so I'm already gonna be having temptation staring at me right in the face. So I am going to be packing 4 more Fuelings just in case we get home late, and then if we do get home late, I'll have my lean and green as my last meal, which I don't want to do, so we'll see. So we just got back from hanging out at Becky's sister's. There was pizza. It looked good, but with this program I noticed that I didn't feel as compelled to have a piece because I knew I couldn't. In the past, everything else I've ever done, counting calories or Weight Watchers, I was able to have pizza. Even if I was eating healthy, I would still convince myself that a piece was okay. This time, it didn't even happen. Stuck to everything I was supposed to today.
Day 1 finished strong. She wasn't compelled to cheat at Becky's sister's house because she was still so hyped up and really wanted to make this work.
Hey guys, so we are on day 2, February 2nd, and I just woke up. So I'm having a dark chocolate cherry shake, and I'm gonna do a taste test for you guys. I'm gonna put more water in it because I noticed that yesterday when I had the strawberry one that it says put a cup of water in there, but I think it tastes better with a little bit more. Actually, a lot better. That's better, for sure. So far, I'd say the shakes are my least favorite, but everything else I've tried has been really good. So today I actually weighed in at 550.0. So in the first day, I lost 3.4. Of course, it's gonna come off pretty quickly because your girl is big and you gotta lose that water weight. That's important.
The morning starts off a little rough for ALR, and you can already start to see the wheels coming off of the bus on this diet shit show.
So I wanted to give just like a little update on how I'm feeling and kind of like where my thoughts are today. Like I said, it's day 2. I'm currently just in the spot of, I had my number 2 feeling maybe less than an hour ago. How I'm feeling is like really good. I haven't had any cravings. I'm not hungry. Like before my feeling number 2, I was just like, I'm not even hungry. So yeah, this food and the way I'm eating definitely takes away cravings. I know it's only day 2, and this food does make you feel fuller because it's healthy and it's nutritional and it's low carb but high protein, the right amount of fiber, you know, things like that. This is a very drastic difference from how I used to eat, and I can already feel myself, like every time I go sit in bed or something, I'm just like, I could take a nap right now. So I've been told that day 2 I might get a headache, which I don't have one yet. Day 3, I'm gonna become sluggish. Day 4, still sluggish, lack of energy, headaches, like just, it's gonna be one of the worst days, so I'm very nervous for that. But day 5, that's when fat burning is supposed to start, and that's when my energy goes right back up. So I'm excited for that day.
She's now trying to convince us and herself how fantastic this diet is. The harder she tries, the harder we know that she is going to fail. This attitude always marks the beginning of the end for her.
Okay, you guys, welcome to day 3. So it is the end of the night, like way at night. And I have a little story time for you guys. So let's get into it. Yesterday, mentally, physically, I felt incredible. I don't think that there is a time that I have done a program or a weight loss journey diet situation where I felt as good as I did, and that's just 100% honesty. I was getting into my head so bad. Day 1, everything that I ate from the program I liked. I enjoyed all the tastes. I wasn't hungry at all. Day 2, I wasn't hungry at all either, but the situation was every single thing I tried as my first 3, was it 3? Yeah. My first 3 fuelings, when I'm supposed to have 5 a day, they all were disgusting, and I'm just being honest. Everyone's taste buds are different. I get it. The first 2 things I was able to eat and just like not enjoy. The third thing, I was literally gagging. And that's not an exaggeration, like I literally almost puked. So I was starting to get down and out at that point. At that point, I had some friends over. We were about to have more people over. We were gonna have a bonfire. And I was just like, is this even worth it? Like, this food sucks. So we were having a bonfire and everyone was sitting around with their hot dogs and their chips and their this and their that. And I'm just like, can't have any of it. Like emotionally, I was a wreck, but like physically, I felt so good. My mind and my brain was like, it's like a fog was lifted. It's wild. It's a really wild ride and it felt really good. But again, I was living in fear and I was trying to find tons of excuses to quit. I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to find every excuse to quit and I found one.
She gets through most of day 3, and later that night when Eric, Ricky, and Becky's friends were over for a bonfire, she finally thought of a really good reason to quit as she watched everyone enjoy their chips and hot dogs. Well, yesterday she was just fine with saying no to the pizza.
So I got to thinking, I was like, how many calories am I eating in a day doing this program? So I logged everything into MyFitnessPal from day 1 and day 2, and it was only about 900 calories. So I got a little freaked out. I honestly was freaking out, I'm gonna be real. I know a lot of weight loss patients eat around that amount. It's like 900, 1200, and then eventually they eat 1500. And that's how it is with this program. You start off by eating 900, and then once you get closer to goal, you start eating more, and they start teaching you how to not eat their fuelings, but choose healthier meals throughout the day. And eventually your calories do rise and get higher. And I started getting freaked out. I also had a lot of people in my ear telling me, yeah, 900 calories seems too little and all this stuff. And I was just like getting scared. But the thing was, I wasn't hungry at all. I felt satisfied. And every time it was time to eat again, I was like, I wasn't even hungry. And I just felt really, really good. So I messaged my health coach and I told her I don't think I can do this anymore. I ended up having brown rice that night, which you're not allowed to have on program. And I had a cup of noodle. So I ended the day at about 1600 calories. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna stop doing Optavia, and I am just going to, you know, eat less and eat healthy. Why am I doing Optavia? Like, this was the worst idea I've ever came up with. Like, I was really beating myself up. Like, you guys have no idea. All because I was terrified about the amount of calories I was consuming. Because a person my size, you need to lose weight or you're gonna die. So, like, even Dr. Now from My 600 Pound Life gives his patients a 1200 calorie diet in the beginning. And they eat even less after surgery. So if you're getting the right nutrients and this and that, then, you know, eating low calorie is okay, especially someone, you know, my size. So I woke up today and I weighed in at 550.6. So that's a 0.6 weight gain because of the sodium.
So 900 calories freaked her out, and she believes that losing weight this fast would cause permanent damage to her metabolism. Here she also describes how people were trying to talk her into quitting this diet.
So I woke up and I was like, okay, I'm not doing Optavia. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I ended up making a really healthy meal. And then I just felt binge crazy. Like, I just wanted to binge on everything. So I ended up having pasta. Like, it was a mess. And when I was being super strict on Optavia, I didn't have that urge to binge. I didn't have the cravings. It's wild. It was wild. Like, Optavia really takes that away from you. And I know it was only 2 days that I was on it, but I feel ashamed that I thought that this program wasn't gonna work for me for a minute there, because I had so much going on in my head mentally, and I was told that this was gonna happen. This was part of the detoxing and getting used to eating healthier.
Shocking. Getting off Optavia caused her to binge eat / have big cravings / overeat.
A lot of people are probably gonna be like, hey, I told you so. But a few days ago, I have officially decided not to do Optavia. I have decided this through talking with my health coach, with my girlfriend, with tons of people who are close to me. I thought 800 to 900 calories is not sustainable for someone my weight. And if I was to ever try eating more than that, I would gain weight. It would mess up with my metabolism, and I just don't think I'm ready for that low of calorie. My doctor was totally fine with this program. I did talk to her about it. She was totally fine with it until I told her how many calories I would be eating, and then she told me that's just not a good idea. From a doctor's standpoint, she told me it's just too low of calorie for you, or for anybody to sustain in their life. It took me days to decide on this, and I just figured I'd let you guys know.
Do we really believe that ALR actually talked to her doctor? If so, and she talked to her diet before, why did she ever start this program? If it was after, why did she even bother? None of this makes any sense. This brings us to the last video on this topic. I call it the postmortem, where she will blame us for her failures. Does this all sound familiar yet?
This whole thing about Optavia, everyone, I'm literally talking probably 98% of my subscribers did not want me doing Optavia. Like, no one wanted me doing Optavia. Like, I was getting so much hate for it for different reasons. People thought it was junk food. People didn't like that it was MLM company. People just didn't like several different things about it. They thought it was a scam, or they didn't think it'd work for me, or it was too little bit of food, or it was the wrong type of food. Like, there was just so many different reasons, but literally no one wanted me to do this. There was a handful of people who were rooting for me, and I appreciate those people so much, because it's like, you guys always got my back, and I just like love that so much. But then there was like this huge amount of people who were just like, no, this is ridiculous. Like, they wanted me not to do it. And they weren't rooting for me. They were literally saying, you're going to fail and you suck, pretty much. So, like, when I came back and I was just like, you know, you're right. Optavia is not right for me. I got so much hate. I got so much hate for it. And I'm just like confused, because I'm literally stopping something that you didn't want me to do. I got so much hate. So much. I feel like this might be one of the worst video, like, thumbs up and thumbs down I've ever received. Like, I don't pay much attention to that, but I was just like so shook by it that I kept checking it like on the daily. On the video where I said that I'm not doing Optavia no more, I got a little over 1,400 thumbs up. Over 12,000 thumbs down, and I'm just like, what? Like, so many people, 98% of the people didn't want me doing this program, and then all of a sudden now everyone wants me to do it. I guess I was just confused, and I know a lot of people are gonna come at me and say, no, we're mad that you failed. But I failed at doing something you didn't want me to do. So when I failed at it, I thought people were gonna be like, okay, good, now she can move on to something more healthy or sustainable and something else that works for her. And I didn't get that reaction. I just got a very, very bad reaction. And that made me realize that there's a lot of people who watch me, not everyone, but there's a lot of people who watch me who just disagree with everything that I do, even if it's something that they wanted me to do at one point or didn't want me to do. But no matter what I say, they just think the opposite of what I say or what I do, and that's hard to wrap my head around.
So, if we've caused her to fail on her 3-day diet, imagine the reprimand we are going to get when we cause her to be out of the running of weight loss surgery. Buckle up, folks. I think the next few weeks are going to be a really wild ride in the Amberverse. Thank you all for watching today. Thank you for subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your day. Bye-bye. Mwah.